Yeah, 2 more games to go, but it was one hell of a win for Queensland, really, with their backs against the wall. Let's bring the journos straight in. Buzz Rothfield and James Hooper. Boys, Queensland. Unbelievable performance last night. One for the ages. What a win it was.
They were gone, mate. With 12 men, I thought they were gone. And good on Queensland. They, as far as I'm concerned, I just heard Brandy's interview. They're just a little bit hungrier, a little bit more desire, a little bit more intensity. Before the game, I was worried about them leaving Gagai out, leaving Ponga out, but Billy got it right 100%. Good on him.
Buzz,
No excuses.
You've covered the State of Origin since its inception in 1980. Queensland's never gone. That's part of the folklore
They
of
were
State
last
of Origin
night,
history.
mate. They were
weren't,
down
mate.
to
You
12
can't-
men.
Well, they weren't, Phil, because they found a way in the final 10 minutes to overhaul being down to 12 men, both wingers off, Tom Gilbert off because he busted his shoulder earlier in the game. They're down to a 16-man rotation.
Just phenomenal.
Billy Slater, the way that he backed himself as a coach and the conviction that he showed to axe Dane Gagai, 22 games straight, Origin legend, and go in with Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, who scores 2 absolutely critical tries in terms of the context of the game. It shows you just what a genius Billy is.
Talking to Billy, he gives me confidence, right? And I haven't played for 20 years, so you couldn't imagine a player coming in and what he says he believes. Like, he's not saying that. It's not a throwaway line. He believes it. So those guys buying in, I did think it was a big mountain to climb. Like, with 7 odd minutes to go, a player down, and then...
Did you think you were gone?
Yeah.
Be serious.
No. I thought it was going to be really tough to win. I thought it was going to be extremely tough to win. But I back us to throw the ball around and keep on fighting to the end. But Buzz, I thought New South Wales were going to win.
They're never gone. I mean, they are never gone. As a New South Wales ex-player supporter watching the game, you're watching it and New South Wales are dominating, but they're just hanging in there. They're just hanging in there. We've all read the book before. We've all seen the movie before. They hang in there. They hang in there. And then 10 minutes in the bin, and you know that's going to inspire them all because that's what happens with Queensland. And they just come up with the right play. I hate saying it. Makes me sick to even say this right now. But you just know that they're always in the game and they're always a chance of coming back no matter how far behind they are or whatever happens to their team. Now, we've got one of their heroes on the line, Jai Arrow. Let's bring him in. He's standing by. Jai, how you feeling, buddy? Normally you like to celebrate quite a bit after a win. How you feeling today?
No, I feel pretty good. Really, obviously happy we got the win and, pretty excited actually. So, just sort of relishing those moments and it was a great win.
Hey, Jai, it's Gordon. Tell us, mate, what did Billy say after the game? I thought with 7 minutes to go, I know never to write us off, but I thought it was going to be a big mountain to climb. But what did Billy say?
Oh, look, I just think he just said to us how proud he was. He obviously wasn't too happy with a few little things, with our attack, but I think the willingness to just keep turning up for each other and get that win. It was a pretty special feeling, and I've actually got about 2 of the boys that call me, Cody Walker and Harry Grant, so they're texting me right now as we speak.
John, what was said when you lost the play to the sin bin? Down to 12 men, New South Wales in front. What did Cherry Evans say to you?
That's a good question, bud. I actually have no idea what he said. I think it was just to play our footy and, eventually we'll get opportunities. And we did that, and obviously Munster come up with a big moment and gave Hammer the ball, and Hammer run the length, and then big Lindsay Collins just decided to turn himself into a fullback and set Munster up. So, it was a pretty special moment and something that we'll enjoy.
Jai, speaking of the genius of Cameron Munster, just talk to us a little bit about where he now sits in terms of the context of State of Origin champions. You've been blessed with Alan Langer, Kevin Walters, Jonathan Thurston, Cooper Cronk, but the way Munster's been able to dominate in big games now, he's starting to enter that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Hoops, I think every time he puts on that Queensland jersey, he always seems to grow an extra leg, and I've no doubts when he finishes his Origin career, he'll be up there with one of the greats. And mate, it's pretty special to play alongside him. You see what he does in that Queensland jersey is, it's second to none, and he epitomises what Queensland is about. And, I'm very lucky that I've been able to put on that maroon jersey with him, and he's a pretty special player, Money.
Good on you, Jai. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on last night's win, and get back to the celebrations.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
There he is, a very happy man, and so he should be. Now we've unpacked a little of the Queensland win last night, but what about the loss of New South Wales? And I asked Brandy, and I'll ask you three, where did it all go wrong?
I said before the game we had the better football side on paper, but we all knew, and Greg Alexander told me when I wrote that on Monday, and we all know Origin games are not won on paper, and it comes down to the want to win, the jersey, the desire, the aggression, the intensity. I used those words earlier. And we didn't have it in the key moments of that game. And you look
They
at that.
had it.
We did
Liam
not,
Martin
Gordy.
and that had it.
Gordy, have a look at the last try when Collins gets up above Tedesco. Where were all the New South Wales players in the chase for the football? You've got to, moments like that, I don't think... I'm not saying we weren't hungry, but we were found wanting at key moments of the game.
Some of the other moments, but there was inches. So Cobbo scores that try. His knees were an inch in, and then Frizzell's try, that's
he
an
shouldn't
inch.
have scored that try. He should not have scored that try. See, that's one of the problems. He had no right to score that. Luai was there, Tedesco was there. I reckon 9 times out of 10 in any game, he gets tackled over the sideline there. I think you're right, Buzz, and I don't want to be too harsh. Their intensity was there, but there were moments in that game where they dropped the ball, so to speak, and they capitalised. See, they always make you pay, Queensland. Yeah, I thought what stood out to me was all week we said we were going to bash Reece Walsh. He had the first touch for Queensland. He ran at Payne Haas and he found his elbows and knees on the first touch of the game on the first run from Reece Walsh. So all that talk about bashing him, you just straight away go, here it is here. So he gets the ball. I think this is it here, first touch. Hits the biggest player, elbows and knees, gets up, plays the ball. Now, it continued to happen. So, they had every chance to win the game, but there were just some moments where I thought, you know what, Queensland did look like they wanted it a little bit more than us. And I hate to say it, but that's just my honest opinion. I did see that out there. I thought that in attack they did look clunky for a side that have so many key players who play with each other every week. There were so many balls hitting the ground. You had Isaiah Yeo and Cleary and Luai. Luai at times looked really good. He set that try up for Liam Martin, but at other times they were clunky. You can't really make excuses for that when we have pick combinations for that reason. That's how I saw it.
Braith, in the fair dinkum department, after going 10-0 down to then have all the ball and all the field position that New South Wales did enjoy, the attack was awful. It was diabolical. It was clunky. Yeah, there were some moments, but the key position players specifically, that was where they fell down. And look, you cannot knock a champion. I heard Greg Alexander only moments ago saying that he thinks people who are suggesting James Tedesco's position should be in jeopardy is ridiculous. But
it is ridiculous, Jimmy.
No, it's not, Phil.
No, it is. I'll
discussed.
tell you why it's ridiculous. You know, there's an old rule in sports journalism.
Yeah, you never knock a champion.
You never, ever knock a champion. And we were talking about James Tedesco when he took Australia to the World Cup. He was the best player in rugby league, him and Munster and maybe Joey Manu from that World Cup. On what he's achieved in rugby league in that New South Wales jersey, he gets a gold pass, in my view, on reputation for the remainder of this series. Now, if he plays...
Okay, what about the fact, just let me jump in there, what about the fact Billy Slater dropped Dane Gagai? What's that? That's a roll of the dice. That's a risk. Right? Dane Gagai James He's one man of the series. He's one man of the matches. It is similar, Phil, okay?
You do not...
Billy was prepared to roll the dice and take a risk. Freddie tried to roll the dice. Yeah. Billy ended up with a royal flush, and Freddie's ended up with a pair of twos. Teddy's played 20 State of Origins, Phil, right? Yeah. He's won multiple Man of the Match awards. He's won 3 Brad Fittler medals. But if you go through, there's 4 or 5 incidents out of last night. First up, he was held up in the opening half.
Could have passed
to the Fox. Second up, poor attempt for Selwyn Cobbo's second try. Third, he slips over when Hamiso's about to score the try that sends Queensland to the front and in all likelihood seals the game. And then the play of the day was when he got out-jumped by Lindsay
but
Collins for the
you're
ball.
making fair points, and I agree with you. But he has money in the bank and a reputation
I
second
disagree,
to none.
I've heard
So
Gordy
you want to
say-
sack him, do you?
Well,
Do you
I've heard,
dead set want to
it's not
sack
up
him,
to
Jim?
me. It's not up to me.
But do you
okay?
want to? What's
it's
your
not,
opinion?
It's not up to me,
What's
Phil,
your
okay?
opinion?
I've heard
You picked the
legends of the
best
game, like Gordon Tallis, say nobody owns the jersey.
Who do you
Queensland were prepared to take some risks.
Who-
Well, there's
see,
options.
I-
There's options.
I mean, I think he's earned the right to be in game 2. Myself, I do. But who would you pick?
There's options. You could go Latrell Mitchell, or you could
and
go
when
Dylan
Queensland
Edwards.
get beaten game 2 and Munster doesn't have a... We'll drop Munster as well.
Okay,
Like, come on,
Queensland's
mate.
going to get beat in game 2 at
No,
some
no,
point,
I don't know, but...
No, the point is, right, you got options. You got Tommy and you got Latrell.
Tommy.
And we've
And you've got Dylan Edwards,
Edwards.
who's the form fullback of the competition.
But when we get the team change, I'll take you through what I think they should do, but one of them ain't dropping Tedesco because we've got to show a player of his calibre respect. He's the Australian captain. If you get... And the Australian... You know, you earn time.
Buzz, he's had 2 good games with respect. He is a champion. He's had 2 good games all season in the NRL against the Dragons, who are coming last. And the performance last night is by far his
Jim,
worst.
there's so
in a
many
sky
other
blue
things you
jumper.
weigh up, and I thought we got punched up in the middle. I really do. But we didn't have Jake Turbo there last night. We didn't have Regan Campbell-Gillard, who played for
Well, they're
Australia.
injured,
Buzz,
so they're
no,
not
well,
coming
that's
back.
Buzz
sorry.
on that, and you know, a lot of people aren't disagreeing with you, but I think talking to Brandy, they're going to stick with Tedesco. But you're right, Buzz, in the middle. Now, I was worried about it before the game. They picked Gordy, they picked Tavita and Hudson Young.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of chat throughout the week that they're going to go out there, they're not going to be bullied, they're going to intimidate Queensland, they're going to try and get over the top of Queensland. How did you see that play out?
I thought they went okay without Brilliant. It's hard to dominate. It's hard to dominate being in career best form at Origin level. It's a different beast. So when Tavita come on, I thought it was a bit unfair to think that in 20 minutes he was going to blow a game wide open. Whether it's never happened really in Origin unless there's fatigue in it. So, and Hudson Young, I think those guys, and we said it last week, you can't be that guy what is in a paper that I'm going to go out there and do this. You think Tino,
did they
you think
get their
Tino and those
assignment?
guys are going to
Did they
sit
get their assignment
No, they
back,
didn't
Gordy?
get their assignment.
I got a
Right,
little
and you
bit
saw
of empathy.
Reece Walsh,
I
right?
got some empathy
The reason
for-
why they don't get their assignment is the smallest guy on the field, the prettiest guy. They thought they were going to beat him up, and he runs at the biggest. It's Origin. You're not in that arena if you don't have the courage.